What's good, Lakers Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Lakers Corner, where we talk all things Lakers. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and come join the family. If you're a returner, I appreciate you, gang. And if you click on this video, you already know what it is, man. You already know what the vibes is, man. Because, look, I'll be honest, y'all. I was sitting around thinking to myself the other day, after this offseason, the Lakers have a real shot to win the championship this upcoming year, this 2023-2024 year. And I haven't felt this confident as a Lakers fan. I haven't felt this confident about our squad really since the 2020 season. This team this year actually has some similarities, not the exact same, has some similarities to that 2020 roster. And that's why, when I say a statement like the Lakers will win the 2024 championship, it makes me, puff my chest out a little bit more, be a little bit more confident with it because of that. So in this video, we're going to get into 3 reasons why I believe the Lakers will win the 2024 NBA championship, and make sure you stick around for reason number 3 because that's, I think, the best reason. But let's go ahead and get into number 1, man. The first reason why I think the Lakers will win the NBA championship this upcoming year is the Lakers' improved depth. I mean, last season in the playoffs, what made the Lakers great in that playoffs run was their depth. You didn't know who was coming from. You didn't know if Rui was going to give you 20, D'Lo, if it was Austin Reeves. You, of course, had your LeBron, your ADs. So you just didn't know because the team had so many players that were contributing. Now this offseason, they have only gotten deeper. The only player that the Lakers have actually lost that was contributing this last playoffs was Dennis Schroeder. I believe he went to the Raptors. The Lakers replaced him with Gabe Vincent. They added more depth on the wings by adding Cam Reddish and Taurean Prince. They added more depth in the big position by adding Christian Wood and Hayes. So if you want to talk about like the deepness of the team, this Lakers squad that was already deep last season only got deeper. Christian Wood, I'm not going to lie, he's one of the really underrated pickups that we've had this offseason. Just 2 short years ago, the man was averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds on 50% from the field and 39% from the three-point line. I think people gave up on him way too quickly. Now, I understand that there's some knocks to his game and, the defense and the lack of playmaking, which is why we got him for such a cheap price, which is great as a Lakers fan. It's great. But I think that there's a lot of upside to him, and I personally really like his game. So this one a low risk, high reward because we just got him for so cheap. He can do so much for us. To be honest, if we want to put him in that 4 slot, he can be in that 4 slot right next to AD. He can give the Lakers guards 2 options of pick and roll and pick and pop options because they can run the pick and roll with AD, but you can also run the pick and roll and pick and pop with Christian Wood if you put him out there, or he could just be a backup to AD and come off the bench. He just essentially Christian Wood is really just going to stretch the floor for the Lakers, y'all, and just allow LeBron to have more shooters around him. And we all know historically LeBron's been most successful when he's had shooters around him. And when I talk about like similarities of the 2020 roster, I talk about that team was insanely deep. Now this team's insanely deep. We haven't even got into Gabe Vincent, right? The replacement of Dennis Schroeder. I think he's actually going to be a better fit than Dennis on this system actually, because Dennis a lot of the times he likes to have the ball, get some dribbles in or get a head of steam going. Gabe Vincent, he's a better catch and shoot player than Dennis. He also, I think, is just going to fit the mold and fit the role a lot better. Sometimes Dennis just wants to be highlights and get to it, which is great. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big advocate of Dennis, and I wanted to keep him. But I think if we're talking about what fits the system and we're going to get a lot of driving kicks, I think it's better to have a better catch and shoot player there. And then, just having Gabe Vincent at that guard position gives the Lakers so much versatility and depth at that guard position, because now you have between D'Lo, Gabe, and Austin Reeves, like those are 3 just interchangeable players. So you could interchange it between 1, 2 constantly, and depending on who we're facing out there, depending on the matchup, I definitely need to see Gabe Vincent out there starting at that 1 at times. And then Taurean Prince, I really like him. Another really underrated pickup. I say this a lot of time when I talk about him. I say he's just like a better version of Vando, right? What Jared Vanderbilt did for us this last season, play some great defense. That's what Taurean Prince is going to be able to do. But he can shoot. He can knock down that corner three, and that's exactly what Jared Vanderbilt got exposed with this last season in the playoffs. He couldn't hit that corner three consistently, and teams forced him to shoot it. Another player we picked up that added us some depth is Cam Reddish. I'm high on Cam. I ain't gonna lie. Low risk, high reward. He's a freaking bucket, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Bucket. But let me go ahead and get to my second reason. So that was my first reason. It's just the added depth because we still have all the players that we had this last season. Jim, we added the Taurean Prince, the Cams, the Gabes, the Christian Woods. But let's go ahead and get into the second reason, and that's the Lakers' improved shooting. I mean, this last season, during the season, not during the playoffs, during the season, the Lakers were 25th in the NBA for three-point shooting as a team. But now you bring in Gabe Vincent, who during the Miami Heat's playoff run shot 37% from the three-point line. Now you bring in Christian Wood, who in his career has been shooting 37% from the three-point line. I just talked about Taurean Prince and his ability to knock down that corner three, but even really any three on the court. He also is shooting 38% from the three-point line. I'm expecting to see a big jump in Austin Reeves' jumper. We've seen he just had a big summer playing with the FIBA Team USA. D'Lo, I'm expecting to see some jumps in his shooting numbers. I'll be honest with you guys, as a Lakers fan, the biggest question is like LeBron's shooting. That's the biggest question because that was the biggest question this last season in this last playoffs run. It was LeBron's shooting, but y'all, LeBron is 39, which is berserk, which is insane. LeBron is 39 years old. Okay, guys. This man is going to be more motivated than ever. He knows that the window is probably like this big. Now, if that big left, he's 39. If he gets an ankle sprain, everything can go wrong. Everything can go bad. And I think he understands that. So he's taking advantage of the moment. And if getting a better jumper is what LeBron's got to do, I'm sure LeBron's been on that shooting machine faithfully, y'all. But let me get to my last and third reason, and that is the Lakers' defense, man. After the trade deadline this last season, the Lakers had the number one defense, and they only have gotten better by adding real great players who can play Taurean Prince can play all around the court. He can play some perimeter defense, and he can play down low. Christian Wood, great rim protection. Gabe Vincent, good guard. He's able to hustle out there against other guards, and we all know defense is how much hustle you got. And then we also picked up Hayes, who he's just going to be a great bouncy 7'4" young JaVale, right? And if you think about it, the Lakers still, like I mentioned, they had the number one defense after the trade deadline. We still have those pieces from the number one defense in Vando and his versatility. And we remember what he was doing to Stephen Curry, putting him in a straight jacket and then being able to go down court and then guard somebody else and then guard a big. And we know what he do. Lakers still got him. Austin Reeves still got him in his hustle. We know he's going to hustle every time down court. I just talked about Hayes. He's a pure athlete, right? I just said young JaVale. He reminds me of a young JaVale, right? Crazy wingspan. He's got 7'4" wingspan, jumping out the gym. He's going to block some shots or just deter some shots at the absolute least. Christian Wood's going to be some great rim protection. But the difference maker, AD, man. He is going to be the difference maker. I personally think this is going to be the biggest season that we have seen and the best season we've seen from Anthonydavis in his entire career so far. Because, look, when he requested out of New Orleans, he was getting a lot of hate. People were slandering his name. Next season, he came back. The following season, he was on the Lakers, torched the NBA, and won a ring. This last season, he just put up 25 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks on 56% from the field, and I'm still hearing some AD slander. I'm still hearing some AD disrespect. So be careful. He might come back for another revenge season and torch the league. And if he torches the league, hey, man, AD, here's a hot take. When healthy, AD can be the best. You know what? I'm not even going to say can. When healthy, AD is the best big in the NBA. I don't care if you're talking about Jokic. I don't care if you're talking about Embiid. I don't care who you're talking about. Now, I ain't going to lie. It is a stretch to say with Jokic because of what we just seen him do. But Embiid, I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on it with Embiid, man. Ain't no way I'm taking a healthy Embiid over a healthy AD. I'm taking AD 7 times out of 7, baby. I mean, AD's ability to affect the game in so many ways is what's really going to take the Lakers so far this year. On defense, he can, like, when we talk about AD's defense, he can do everything, right? He can give us that great rim protection, but he can also step out if need be. He can switch for a little bit. He's not flat-footed. So, I mean, that's why I say AD is definitely going to be the difference maker of this Lakers squad. But overall, man, I mean, AD's just literally the key to all this happening. He's just extremely important. He unlocks the Lakers offense with his versatility, where he can play on that. He can play on the outside and hit jumpers and hit that shot from the 3-point line. But he can also then go inside and just dominate almost every other big and every other player in this league. And then he also anchors the defense, right? Like I just talked about, his great rim protection. Almost every season, having like 2 blocks. He deters a lot of shots. That's something that isn't even on the stat book. But AD deters so many shots. Like, I watch every single Lakers game, and I have seen so many players hesitate to go in the paint or throw up a crazy reverse because AD's just right there. He may have not gotten the block, but he deterred it. So he's great. He's great at doing that. Like I talked about, right? His rim protection, his ability to step out, his ability to switch onto guards. So with all that being said, man, there you go. That's why I think that the Lakers will win the 2024 NBA championship. And I got to say all that, I mean, AD's got to be healthy for this to happen, right? I mean, like, if AD is not healthy, if my man's AD's playing another, 28-game season, none of this is going to happen, and this is low-key all invalid. But if AD's playing, this is all valid. I'm going to stand on it, and come check me out back when the Lakers win a championship, man. So there you go. There are your 3 reasons that I think the Lakers will win an NBA championship this next upcoming season. Reason number 1 was the Lakers' improved depth. Reason number 2 was their improved shooting. And 3 was the Lakers' absolute lockdown defense, man. There you have it, family. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys are getting ready for NBA season, man. It's right around the corner. So that's what we're here to do, man. I'm going to keep dropping this content for the Lakers, man. Appreciate you. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a nice comment down below as to what video you want to see next. And for now, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.